Hi beautiful people, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is Ro. Now, before I keep talking, it has been a minute. It has been some weeks that I haven't done a YouTube video. I'm gonna be completely honest. I was just relaxing and making keychains. But I just, after school, cause I'm in summer break, I had to relax. I'm gonna be completely honest. I had to relax and I did, and now I'm trying to get back to it. Hopefully I post more. I want to. I'm gonna be completely honest. I really do want to, because I miss it. You know, I missed you and I miss this. So hopefully we can get back into it. So let's just do a simple reading of who is pulling on your energy. I feel like that would have been a really good reading to come back to slowly get back into it. So we have 3 piles or 3 keychains for you to choose from. So for pile 1 or group 1, we have this keychain. For group 2 or pile 2, we have this keychain. And for pile 3, we have this keychain. It's a Bratz keychain. So whichever you are more drawn to, that will be your reading. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope this resonates with you, and I'll see you in your reading. Hi pile 1, if you chose this keychain, this reading is for you. So I'm just gonna leave it here. So before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is before we get into tarot. Yeah, of course. So we have the Vessel. We have Chiron heel 28. And we also have the Fish. Okay, automatically, I do, like, zodiac sign wise, this could be a Pisces. This could be somebody that's a Pisces or water energy, because Fish is water. So Cancer, Scorpio as well. I feel like this person is very intuitive, especially with the Vessel and the Chiron here. And I feel like this person also naturally, their energy is very, like, how do I say this? Like, it's very, like, healing. Like, I feel like this person heals people without even realizing it. And I think it's actually a very precious thing to have. Not a lot of people have that. And I feel like this person heals people. And they could be, like, maybe a nurse or somebody, like, that heals people physically, right? Like a nurse, a doctor, or something like that, that just helps people in that way. Or their energy just heals people without even realizing it. Especially with the Vessel here, I wouldn't be surprised if this person naturally heals people in a way that's like their energy just revamps people's energy. You know, like, it could be like maybe their energy helps other people gain energy, you know. But because of that, this person can be drained a lot energetically wise, and I think they don't realize it yet. Like, I think this person's very much like, they want to help people, but they don't realize that it could drain them energetically, especially. I feel like this person really takes care of themselves as well. Like, maybe physically, mentally, they try their best to take care of themselves. Because I feel like they care about themselves a lot, especially here with the Vessel. And I feel like they care about themselves a lot, that they want to heal themselves, energetically, physically. I just heard broken bone. So this person could have a broken bone right now, or they had a broken bone. I just heard broken nose as well. So it could be something like they might be very sensitive or very vulnerable to stuff, that they could easily break something, break a finger, break a leg, you know. So this person could just be very vulnerable and sensitive to that. Maybe to physical activity as well. But I think they're trying to heal themselves energetically, emotionally, physically, mentally, and not trying to let other people's energy define them, or other people's opinion define them, and other people's energy. Like, how do I explain this? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if this person is trying to be their own person, if that makes sense. But I feel like it's very hard for them, especially with the fish here. I feel like it might be very hard for them because I think they go with the flow very well, and I feel like they're very mutable in that way. Mutable energy is Sagittarius, Pisces, Gemini, and Virgo. And I feel like mutable energy, mutable signs, and like mutable energy in general, they change with the energy, if that makes sense. They change with the circumstances, or the people they're around. You know, they change who they have to be with the people that are around them a lot of the times, or the environment that they're in. They easily change. That's why mutable energy is very interesting in that way. They change into who they have to be in that moment. And I feel like this person does that, but it affects them. Like, maybe not in the most positive way, if that makes sense. And I feel like this person gets affected so easily. I don't know how to explain it. They're very sensitive. This person is very sensitive, especially to energy. And I feel like either they do know about it or they don't know about it. This person seems very oblivious to the energy that they might be receiving. Like, I feel like they are in a very positive way. I want to say this in a positive way. I feel like they could be very gullible. They could be young as well, or they could be 28, right? But naturally, like, they could just be a very gullible person, meaning, like, they probably think everyone is good, or like they have good intentions when it comes to this person. Like, everybody they meet has good intentions with them, which isn't a bad thing to have. All I'm saying is that this person could come off very witty in that way, and think that no one has ill intentions when it comes to them, if that makes sense. Because we don't know everybody's intentions, okay? And I feel like this person thinks everybody has good intentions with them, and it could be true, right? I'm not saying that they're not. Like, people don't have good intentions with this person. All I'm saying is, like, they come off very not knowing every person's intentions, but having the most positive outlook to it, if that makes sense. And I think that's a very beautiful way to see it. However, I think they don't realize that they put themselves in a very vulnerable position having that mindset. Because I'm not saying that you have to be skeptical with everyone that you meet. All I'm saying is, like, maybe just make sure who you're giving energy to. And I think this person doesn't know that. I feel like this person if they do know, they do, but I feel like a lot of the times this person does not know that they're putting energy into people or into situations that do not deserve their energy. And I think that is who this person is. So if that is resonating, hopefully, let's get into tarot. And we're using the Sun and Moon Tarot for this reading. With the tarot, we're going to see more energy, or whatever wants to come out with the tarot. I kind of want to see how you know this person. How do you know this person? Or if anything between you two is going to escalate, or if anything between you two is going to prosper in some way, or is it going to stay the way that it is, or just how do you know this person? Whatever wants to come out. I'm gonna do 4 cards, I think. Okay, the Queen of Wands. We have the Wheel of Fortune. And then let's do one more. Oh, okay, I'll take both. Did you see them? I'll take both of them. Six of Wands, but it was in reverse. I'm going to keep it in reverse, and Two of Cups. And at the bottom, we have the Ace of Cups. Okay, this is a very beautiful energy. Oof. I would be very surprised if this isn't a romantic connection. It doesn't have to be, but I wouldn't be surprised if it is. You could already be in a connection with this person. I wouldn't be surprised if you are. Or with the Six of Wands reversed, I feel like you could be in a connection with this person, but maybe it's kind of slow, if that makes sense. Or kind of like you might not be seeing each other as much as you used to, or there's like some things happening between you two that you just can't you can't see each other as much, maybe, or interact as much. But with the Queen of Wands here, I see you as the Queen of Wands, and I feel like this person, or you are very confident when it comes to this person. You are very confident when it comes to this connection with this person, especially. And I feel like stay in that energy, because I feel like that is a very positive energy that you're in. Like, you're not anxious when it comes to this connection. You're not wondering what this person is doing. You're not you don't have anxiety when it comes to this person, and maybe you used to have anxiety. And I feel like, I know I wanted to ask, like, how do you know this person, but I feel like you already know who this person is, and you might already be in a situation with this person, a connection with this person. And with the Ace of Cups, it could be somebody new. The Four of Wands, it could be somebody new. It doesn't have to be, or it could be somebody that you already been with for a while now. And I feel like it's a good connection with the Two of Cups here. Like, I feel like there's a lot of love between you two, and there's a lot of connection between you two, and a lot of trust between you two. But I feel like there's something here that is not, like, especially with the Wheel of Fortune, right? Like, it's not fully, like, complete, if that makes sense. Yeah, with the Four of Wands, with completion, I feel like you both are, maybe you're in a situationship, or you two are still figuring out what you want with each other, or what you want in this connection, which isn't bad. No judgment here, right? It takes time to get there. And I feel like you two are just vibing, if that makes sense. I feel like you two are not stressing each other out. This is a good energy. I just heard summer fling. It could be somebody like you met in the summer, and it's just this energy of like seeing where this goes, or if it's just a summer fling. I feel like you both are just kind of testing with the waters with each other, and that isn't a bad thing. Okay, that's not a bad thing. And I think this connection that you have with each other isn't bad either. It's just, it might take a while to get where you want to get to, if that makes sense. If you have a destination that you are hoping to go towards, I feel like it might take a while to get there, which isn't bad, right? Sometimes patience is the key in connection. So it's not a bad thing. And I feel like you have, being the Queen of Wands here, I feel like it's not a negative thing. I think you're having fun. I think you're meeting this person in a very healthy way, and you're not forcing anything, and you shouldn't force anything. Let this be the way it is, and if it feels good, let it feel good. But once it doesn't feel good, it's okay to move forward with that. It's okay to communicate that, and if you're not fully satisfied, it's okay to move on from that. No judgment. So yeah, I feel like this is a very good energy. I feel like this is just confirmation for you that you are okay, and this is a good connection to be in. It might take a while to get to this victory, or to this destination that you might be hoping for, but doesn't mean it's impossible. It might take a while, but it doesn't mean it's impossible. So yeah, it's okay to manifest, especially with the Magician here as well. It's okay to manifest, and like have that intention, what you want with this connection. It's okay to have intentions. If anything, it's the best thing to do in a connection, to have good intentions and intentions with the person and with this connection. Like, what do you want from this connection? What do you desire in this connection? Answer those questions, write them down, answer those questions within yourself. That is a positive way to move in a connection, because you should have intentions, and this person should have intentions when it comes to you too. So having that energy is very important when it comes to connection in general. So yeah, just take your time, do not rush anything. Oh, that part, Mutt by Leon Thomas. I think that's his name, Leon Thomas. He goes, what's that lyric? Wait, let me see. Leon Thomas, and he says, she said, take your time, what's the rush? I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. She said, take your time, what's the rush? Oh, I said, baby, I'm a dog, I'm a mutt. That song could be significant. I'll write it down for you. It'll be in the description down below. If you're interested in that song. I also heard Summer by Calvin Harris. When I Met You in the Summer. That one. I think that's what it is. I'll put that in the description down below too if you're curious. But I think I'm gonna end your reading there. Thank you so much for watching. I missed you. If you are somebody that comes to my readings consistently, thank you. But if you're not, also I'm very happy that you're here. But I haven't been on YouTube for a minute, but I'm happy that I'm coming back slowly. Please don't rush me. But thank you so much for watching. I hope it resonated, and I'll see you in my next one, hopefully. Bye. Hi Pile 2. If you chose this keychain lip balm, this reading is for you. I'm gonna leave it right here. So before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is, and then with tarot we'll just get more information. So we have Thanos, I'm just kidding. We have Scorpio with Investigate. And then we have Cobra. Oh, very Scorpion energy. So this person could be a Scorpio. They don't have to be. I think Cobra is fire energy, if I remember. Let me check though. Yeah, it's fire energy. So that's Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. I kind of want to read Cobra. Let me find it. Let me find it. Sorry. Hey, Cobra. It says, I'm going to read it. You can follow along if you want to, or you can pause and read. So it says, pausing, waiting, the inner teacher. The Cobra represents a teacher or spiritual guardian. The Cobra hovers and watches, ever present, ever protecting, ever loving. The essence of the Cobra is found deep within us, in the form of the inner teacher, and manifests extremely in those special guides who led us along our path. What would it feel like to be a student again? What are you ready to learn? Remember the old saying, when the student is ready, the teacher appears. When in balance, a student of life, humble, wise. When out of balance, know-it-all, egocentric. To bring into balance, taking a class, steady. Well, I like this card. This is a cute card. Stay in school. Get educated. Stay in school. If you can, go back to school. But if you can't, I understand. But if you can, please go back to school. Or stay in school. Or take a class. Like it says, take a class. But I think this is this person. So this person, maybe you met them at school, or you met them in a school setting. This person could be a teacher, or they teach, or they're a student. They don't have to be, but It could be they are leaning towards that, or they could just be a very wise person, and that's true too. Or two things can coexist, and there could be a student, teacher, and be wise. Now, this person seems very like ready to attack, right? With the Cobra and Scorpio here, I feel like they are ready to not attack in like a physical, like a harmful way. Of course not. Of course not. If this person is harmful, do not, please, I repeat, do not interact with this person ever. You do not deserve that. However, I think this person is ready to like, I feel like this person could have trust issues. Let's say that. I think this person is very vulnerable in a way that's like, they are naturally very vulnerable, and I think they know that about themselves. So they are very careful with the people they interact with, or they talk to, or they express themselves to, because I think they are very naturally vulnerable with people without even realizing it, or they do realize it. They do realize how vulnerable they are, so they know to be very skeptical with people. And I think that's a very interesting way to see it. I think they see themselves as very vulnerable, so they know not to open up to a lot of people, because they know when they open up, they can become very connected to them and very vulnerable. I kind of want to see what this card's about, because again, I haven't done this in a while now that I forget how to each card, I swear. Let me try to find it. Okay. Death. Okay, that's what I thought. I thought it was death. You can pause to read. I'm not gonna read all that, but you can pause to read if you're interested. But I'm gonna read when light, when dark. So when light, grieving, mourning, bearing witness to all that is. When dark, fear or insensitivity to old age, illness to dying. Go Deeper, The Mower by Philip Larkin. So if you want to read that, you can. So I feel like this person might have gone through like very deep things in their life. Like they could have gone through a lot of traumatic or even dramatic situations in their life without even, they might not even express that fully. Like maybe you know about them or you don't, but I feel like this person has gone through a lot of traumatic things in their life. And to some of you, I feel like they did tell you about some things, and for some of you, I feel like they haven't. But I feel like they're not opposed to telling you. It just seems like it might take them a while to get there. But for some of you, I feel like they have talked about it, at least somewhat. Maybe not go very in depth with it, but I feel like you know about it. They could have gone through a lot of situations that changed their view in a lot of it's just changed their view, like when it comes to love, when it comes to connection, when it comes to career, when it comes to school, when it comes to anything, beauty, when it comes to anything, art, even like anything. Like I feel like they changed their view a lot because of traumatic things that happen in their life. Right? Because as people, we can't tell somebody else that what they're going through is not traumatic, right? If it's traumatic to a person, it's traumatic, right? So I feel like whatever this is, or whatever these situations are, it could be more than one. It's just something that really hurt them enough to be closed off, if that makes sense. Of course, not fully, but closed off enough that there's a lot of walls here when it comes to this person. And I think you know that. Or you're willing to be patient to see where this goes, or be patient to see if this friendship or this relationship or this connection with this person could flourish into something great, right? I think you're willing to be patient, maybe, I don't know, but it seems like you are. Or like this person's will, like I feel like this person is very much like just like, I hate to say it this way, but I feel like they come with a lot of baggage. And I'm not saying it like in a very negative way, but I feel like this person might even agree with me that they do come with a lot of situations and a lot of things that could just be very heavy when it comes, like, it could just be very heavy, right, energetically. Like, I just heard the song, I think it's an Ariana Grande song, the one that goes, I think it's Ghosting by Ariana Grande. What does it say? Oh yeah, I'm a girl with a whole lot of baggage, but I love you, we'll get past it. I'm a girl with a whole lot of baggage. Ghosting by Ariana Grande. That song could be significant. I'll put it in the description below for you. But I feel like this person could think they have a lot of baggage, or they just come off like they have a lot of baggage, and because of that, I think they don't open up to a lot of people, or they feel like only the people that are close to them is enough for them to live their life and exist, right, and to exist in this world, right. So if you are like, you could, like, maybe you met this person recently and you're like, I don't know what their deal is, like, I don't know if I should, like, pursue something with this person, or pursue a friendship, pursue something with this person. This is the thing, I'm not gonna tell you yes or no. It just seems like this person it might take a while for you to, to actually get to know them authentically. I feel like this person has a lot of walls up, and it could be because of things that they've been through, and that's completely normal. That's actually a very normal reaction, a normal way to see it, and to move forward with. However, just understand yourself enough when it's draining you energetically. Like, if you are pursuing this person or pursuing this connection with this person and you feel drained, or if you feel like you're not getting anything in return, or it's not reciprocated, that is when you can take a step back and reevaluate what is happening and see it in a different lens, right? Take a step back and understand it. But for a lot of you, I feel like this is just the beginning. That is just like something, like, if it does happen. I'm not saying it is, but all I'm saying is, like, this person just has a lot of walls up, and trying to break down walls could be difficult for a lot of people, and could be very, how do I say this, like, a lot for a lot of people. And I just want to let you know about that. Like, it's okay to move forward without hurting each other, because I feel like this person's been through a lot, and I feel like your intention is not to hurt them, and I feel like their intention is not to hurt you. It just seems like you just have to be very intentional with this person, and they should be very intentional with you. And hopefully it is reciprocated, but if it's not, that's when you can always move forward with that energy. For a lot of you, I feel like you might be like, or for some of you, not all of you, but, like, I feel like for some of you, you might be like, I don't know who this person is, but, like, they seem interesting, or they seem like I know who this person is, but I truly do not know who this person is. And it could be because you don't know that this person could have a traumatic past, or they could have a past that could just come off very, like, a lot. And because of that, you might not know who this person is, or you might not know that this person could be significant in your life yet. Hopefully for a lot of you, you know who this person is. So let's get into tarot and see what they want to say with the tarot. With the Sun and Moon tarot. Let's see what else wants to come out. Okay. Let's see what else wants to come out. Oh, we have the Three of Swords. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, let's keep going. The Hermit. And let's do one more. The Seven of Pentacles. Failure. Yeah, okay, and then Nine of Swords at the bottom. Yeah, for some of you, I wouldn't be surprised if this recently ended, or if you might think that it's leading towards that, because this person might not be able to open up to you, But that is not a reflection of who you are, right? Just because someone can't open up to you or someone is not pursuing you the way you are pursuing them does not mean that you are not deserving of a connection, or you're not deserving of this person, or it's just this person just comes off very, like, I feel like this person is just a very sensitive person to energy and to people and to connection, that it might take them a while to open up to people, and they might push you away, if that makes sense. It doesn't mean that they don't want to. It just seems like it's easier to push somebody away than to be vulnerable with them, right? And I think we know that, like, it's easier to push somebody away, or to tell them that you don't want them, or to reject them more. It's easier to do that than to be vulnerable with them and be open to them, right? And I think because of that, this person does that because it's easier, right? It's easier to push people away, to reject them and tell them that you don't want them, or to not be open to this, right? To make it difficult. When in reality, being vulnerable could move mountains, right? Like, being vulnerable with somebody, it's one of the most precious things you can do. And then when you see vulnerability as a power and not a weakness, you can do it more frequently with people. Of course, I will always say, like, be intentional with who you want to pour into and who you want to put energy into, right? Be intentional. However, don't close yourself off to connection or to people, right? Especially if you don't know them. You know, you should always give people a chance to get to know you, and for you to get to know them. And of course, this person does not see it that way. And I feel like with the Three of Swords, the Hermit, and the Seven of Pentacles, they are very much in this energy of, like, independence, and very much like they are trying to figure themselves out and trying to figure out what they want in life in general. Yeah, with the Nine of Swords and the King of Cups in reverse, it might be very difficult for them to figure out what they want. But I feel like hopefully a part of it is therapy. I'm gonna be completely honest. But I feel like what you should do in this situation, especially if it's draining you, is to try to move forward with it. Move forward from this situation, move forward from this person. And I feel like once you do that, I think you will see more light, and you might see this connection, or this situation with this person, or this person in general, you might see them in a more positive light. Because right now I feel like you might be mad at them, or you might be confused, and confusion can lead to being angry, or anger. And I feel like you don't deserve to be angry. You don't deserve to be mad. And I feel like taking a step back could help you a lot. And yeah, it might hurt, but I think that is part of the process. And I think you are strong enough to go through that process. I believe in you, and I feel like a lot of people believe in you, but especially you should believe in yourself, right? And I feel like once you start there, I feel like you might see this in a more, oh, okay, like, maybe you might see it in a way that's very much like, okay, this person was not the person, like, this person did not want to be in my life. That's okay. Even though I wanted to be in their life and I wanted to create a bond with this person, a relationship, a connection with this person, just because they can't right now, that's okay. Let me move forward with them. You know, that doesn't make them a bad person. They might have poor communication skills, but it doesn't make them a bad person for having that. And it doesn't make me less desirable, right? So I feel like talking to yourself about this, understanding yourself, crying about it, being sad about it, being happy about it, being mad about it, could help you move forward with them. And because of that, I feel like you might even see this in a more positive light if you let it happen that way. So yeah, just take your time with it. You don't have to rush anything. right? You don't have to rush or bond with this person. You don't have to rush moving on from this person. You don't have to rush anything. Just take your time. Especially if you had really strong feelings or a strong bond with this person. It takes time to move on from that. It just seems like you could start now, or take your time starting. So yeah, I believe in you. You should believe in yourself too. So yeah, I think I'm gonna leave that there. Thank you so much for watching. I missed you, especially if you're a person that comes here a lot, like comes to my channel a lot. I missed you. I hope you missed me. I hope it resonated. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye. Hi, pile 3. If you chose this pink lip oil with the brats, this reading is for you. I made this. Isn't it pretty? Please tell me it's pretty. Is it pretty? Be nice to me. Anyway, if you chose this one, this reading is for you. Now, before we get into tarot, I do want to see who this person is with 3 cards. And then with tarot, we'll just get more in depth with what you need to know about this connection or this reading. So we have the Mentor. We have Pluto Rebirth 27. And we have Dragon. Ooh, okay. Okay, automatically, I do feel like this person could be older than you. They don't have to be. Or they just come off very, very wise and just know what they're doing or saying. Or like you might see them that way as well. Like you might see them in a way that's very like you believe everything that they say, which isn't bad. I'm not saying that this person is a liar or anything. All I'm saying is like you might believe everything they say, or like you might trust their guidance and you might trust their way of thinking, if that makes sense. Especially with the Mentor and Dragon. And Pluto with Rebirth. Pluto is Scorpio energy, so they could be a Scorpio. And Dragon is spirit, so they could be any sign, right, from the zodiac. But Scorpio, especially with the Pluto here. I feel like this person could be somebody that you like. This person comes off very wise and just they know what they're doing, they know what they're saying. I just saw gray hair, so they could be older than you. They don't have to be, however they could be. Or they have more, like they could have more experience when it comes to they could have more experience when it comes to situations that you both are in, or they could have more experience with wherever y'all met. It could be that too, like if y'all met at a hospital, right? For example, maybe you both are nurses or something, and you met at a hospital, and because you both work there, and then you met this person. They could be older than you, but this person has a lot of knowledge when it comes to this subject, right? And you believe them and you trust what they're saying, so it could be that type of vibe that you just trust what they're saying, that you trust what they are sharing with you. And I feel like this person sees you the same way. And I think that is a very beautiful way to say that. Like, I think whatever you see in this person, they see in you too. And I think that's a very beautiful thing and a beautiful way to, to notice, because everything, like, I remember reading this post on Insta before saying, like, everything you see, like, every beautiful thing you see in another person, you have it within yourself too, or something like that, right? The beauty you see in others is the beauty that you have within yourself too, something like that, right? And it's true. Like, if you like somebody's hair, or if you like somebody's the way they look, or the way they act, or the way they do a certain thing, if you like that, if you like the way who they are as a person, you more likely have that within yourself too. Because if like beauty recognizes beauty, you know what I mean? Great recognizes great. And I truly believe that, right? So it's like if you see that this person is doing great, or like this person is a awesome person, you more likely have that within yourself too. And I feel like this person sees you that way too. And I think you see this person as a very great person, which is very nice and beautiful as well. I feel like you try to justify the way you feel about this person in that way. You know, you're just like, oh, this person's just very smart and like very cool. Like I really like I want to get to know this person more, or like I really want to like pick their brain more. Like I feel like I could learn a lot from this person, but I think this person can learn a lot from you too. So don't be afraid to share knowledge with this person. I feel like that's a very beautiful way to see it. Oh, excuse me. Even though with the mentor here, excuse me, it might be difficult to interact with this person as much as you could, or as much as you can, because this person could be moving around a lot, or like they're always busy. But that doesn't mean that they don't want to hang out with you, or they don't want to be around you. It just seems like they could be a very busy person, especially if they like maybe have kids, or they deal with I just heard breadwinner. They could be the breadwinner of a household, or sorry for the cutoff. But I do feel like, what was I saying? That maybe they are like the breadwinner in a household or something. Like maybe they help their parents, or they help somebody with finance, you know, something like that. I feel like they help people in that way, especially family, I think. Or if they have kids, it could be kids as well. But they don't have to be, but it's giving that, you know, like it's giving that vibe. So yeah, let's get into tarot to see what else they want you to know about this person, or this connection with this person, or this work friendship with this person. So I feel like for a lot of you, this could be somebody you work with. Yeah, like the Three of Pentacles. Yeah, this could be somebody you work with. Doesn't have to be, but it's giving that vibe. Four of Swords. The Fool. For some of you, you could be married to this person. Or you could have a very long-term relationship with this person. Five of Wands. What is this Five of Wands about? Okay, with the Nine of Wands at the bottom. Seven of Wands. I feel like with the Four of Swords, the Fool, Five of Wands, and Six of Swords, I feel, yeah, with science, they could be a scientist. You could be scientist under, or like STEM or something like that. Women in STEM. No, women in STEM are actually a very serious thing. And shout out to the women that are in STEM. Okay, I believe in you, and you're perfect just the way you are. Okay, woman in STEM. But I do want to say that with Four of Swords, the Fool, Five of Wands, and the Six of Swords, I feel like you could, maybe you're not seeing this person as much as you could, or as much as you want. But with the Fool here, I wouldn't be surprised if it's moving towards that, especially with the Five of Wands and Six of Swords. With the Five of Wands, it seems like you two are not seeing eye to eye as much as you could, or you might be in disagreement, or it could just be like there's a lot of miscommunication between you two. But I feel like that is moving forward, like you are moving forward from that. for a lot of you, maybe you just need a good night's sleep, and then you can move forward with it later. You don't have to fix everything right there and then. It could take a while to make amends, if that makes sense, or to communicate that you want to spend more time together. You don't have to do it right away. You can always take your time with it. But I feel like with the Fool here, I think it's moving in a very positive direction. However, it might not move fast, or it might take a while to get there, or you might have to go through some disagreements to get there, if that makes sense, with the Five of Wands and the Six of Swords. But with the Four of Swords here, I feel like this relationship or this connection could come off kind of boring, like boring, right? Quote unquote boring, only because there might not be a lot of like how do I say this? Like there might not be a lot of like strife, or like a lot of I don't know, it just seems like it could come off kind of boring, but at the same time, boring relationships are actually very healthy to a certain extent. Maybe not truly, like fully healthy, but relationships that are boring, personally, I like them. I like boring relationships, and it's because a lot of the times it's actually a very healthy relationship, because you don't fight, you're not in a toxic cycle or a toxic relationship, and you're just with each other. Being with each other, having that quality time with each other, the communication. I feel like that could come off kind of boring, but just because it's boring doesn't mean it's not. Just because it's boring does not mean it's not good for you. So sometimes having a boring relationship could be a good thing. I'm not saying this relationship is boring. All I'm saying is that you might see it that way, when in reality, just because it's boring, again, quote unquote boring, doesn't mean that it's bad for you, right? I think I just wanted to remind you of that. Yeah. Like, maybe you want this relationship to be more eccentric, or a little bit more like action oriented, or like maybe you want more, how do I say this, like more trouble within this connection. But sometimes you don't need to ask for that. Like, you shouldn't ask for that. Sometimes it literally just happens, and you shouldn't be asking for that. So, or maybe you want to go back to this calmer connection that you had with this person, because you two might have been in a situation that could come off very how do I say this, like very heavy, right? Like very heavy, or just maybe argumentative. So yeah, just take your time with this, and you don't have to rush anything. There's no need to rush anything. I think communication is key here, but I feel like you two might move forward in a very positive light, in a very, again, for a lot of you, this could just be work friends, or it could just be like a situation that you met at work or in public, and you two just became friends or colleagues in some way. But maybe you two got in a little disagreement or something. But I feel like you two are trying to move forward with it, especially this person. I feel like this person wants to move forward from that. But yeah, I hope this resonated. Thank you so much for watching. I missed you. Especially if you're a person that watches me a lot, and like you like watch every YouTube video that I post, thank you. But if you're not, still thank you for watching. You should subscribe. But yeah, I hope this resonated, and I hope you liked it. Be nice to me if it didn't. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next, hopefully. Bye.